Today we're going to talk about how it feels to start your life over in a new country. What are you going to experience? What to be careful of? When we break out of a system and you experience something different, more freedom, more humanity, it overwhelms a person in the beginning. You kind of not finding your ground. You're struggling to center yourself because you're so overwhelmed with emotions, fear, anxiety, excitement. When I moved to Paraguay, I literally took 3 months traveling on a bus with my luggage, staying at Airbnbs and Bs all over Paraguay. I got to meet some of the most amazing people with no Spanish at all. By faith alone, I navigated Paraguay. By believing and holding onto my grounds and standing my ground and holding onto my dreams and surrendering to the divine. In this process here in Paraguay, I have elevated and I have been blessed in many ways. But my blessings has never just been easy. Even as I was trying to help a lot of people with work, sometimes people misunderstand who I am and what I am. I'm here to wake the world up. I'm here to bring change, reform, make people's lives easier moving to a new country. My job is to clear the path. I forgot that for a while, and even with businesses that I had, I employed agents and lawyers to help people to get the Paraguayan residency, to settle in Paraguay, to find their feet. I've used numerous lawyers and specialists all over Paraguay and in Association to help people because each person has a personality, each person gets associated with an agent. That is my philosophy in any way. So my job was to promote Paraguay, to promote the beautiful opportunities that awaits the world, people that want to escape the tyranny, the injustice of the world. But unfortunately, sometimes when you try to help people, they take advantage of your kindness, they take advantage of your generosity. And over the last couple of months, I have been literally defrauded of a lot of funds. I have been robbed. I have been my bank account has been hacked. My accounts have been hacked. I had 2 lawyers try to extort money from me for their incompetence, where I give them a client, they get paid, and then when they don't check documents, when they don't do their work right, and applications get denied, and the client wants their refund from the lawyers or the specialist, then they have to give it. But now these incompetent practitioners are coming at me. So that's one aspect of it. So be diligent, and that is why my job is to make sure you don't fall into the trap. My job is to find you the right people and take responsibility for the wrong ones I had in my service. The funny thing is, I never got involved with immigration. I got involved with agents. And when agents tell me and lawyers tell me what they can do and what they're able to do, I tell people about the services. When people book through me and I put them in touch with the lawyers, that gets handed over to them. But again, even in the beautiful things that I tried to do to help people elevate in this process, this last couple of months, I've realized how much money I have been stolen from me, my services, how many horrible things got done in the back. Moving to a new country should be exciting. It should be a beautiful experience, but sometimes you are going to run into difficulties. You are going to be faced with incompetence. You're going to be faced with people that has bad energies, bad intent for you. Moving to a new country, you need to be diligent in who you deal with. You need to be diligent in who you associate yourself with. Even with myself, even in my solitude where I only focus on myself, my projects, my hotels, that's all I focus on, and humanity. Yet, I'm being drawn into this darkness, and I'm being shown it so that I can share it with people. Because when you move to a new country, don't just trust anybody. Believe me, I have faced now devils, demons, and entities over the last couple of months. I will not surrender. I will not bend the knee to a bully. I will not bend the knee to people that want my businesses. I will not give up my project to any organization, entity, or individuals. Paraguay, for me, is still a beautiful country. It has still got beautiful charm. It's still got its magic, but it's also got a very dark side. Unfortunately, most of the darkness in Paraguay is not committed by Paraguayans, but rather by foreigners. You know, I've allowed people into my life and into my dreams, and I try to help people. I try to show people a different way of life, but unfortunately, a lot of people bring their dirty energies, their dirty intents into a new life. Starting over, you are breaking free from a system that controlled you, but some of the old system still have operatives in the new system. The old world is separating from the new, and you can see in people's actions, you can see in people's words, you can see in who they associate themselves. Are they of higher caliber? Are they a good person? Are they a bad person? Are they consumed by anger and hate, resentment and greed? Or are they consumed by love, care, consideration, human kindness and honesty? Moving and leaving the matrix should not be taken lightly. Starting over in life, you have to be careful, because within you is a light that the darkness want to destroy. Be diligent. You know, I will do a little bit more stories about courage. Share my life. Share my story. You know, it's not to get major following. It's to get the right people to hear it. It's to encourage people to be diligent. Don't be fools. Don't fall into the trap of just believing everybody's good. Trust your intuition. Trust your guidance self. Trust the divine. Everything will work out. Even though my life looks like it's chaos and mayhem, but my life is here for a reason. I am supposed to exploit these people. In my silence and in their mandling madness and screamings and rants and whatever, they are exposing themselves, and I get cleared with my innocence. You know, sometimes there is a greater path in life, and we have to surrender to the higher purpose of it. We might not understand it. We don't understand the chaos that surrounds ourselves, but then at one stage the clarity comes. You're supposed to exploit these people. By their actions, their words, their doings, they exploit their evil, their poisonous souls, their hidden intent to the world. Part 1 is finished. Wait for part 2.